Right, lads, well, I'm after being corrected. It is the 21st of April here down in Broad Street, and we're joined by Eileen Hanley, Nee Walsh. How, Eileen?
I'm good, Paudie, and thanks for coming to Broad Street.
No problem.
We're delighted. We're delighted to be in the production for Broad Street.
Yeah.
As the Jimmy Sheridan called it long ago, the Broadway.
The Broadway.
And a lovely street.
Yeah.
There's no street in Charleville like Broad Street.
Very good.
Like Broad Street.
What I was going to say to you, right, so let's catch up a small bit. First of all, we're related, so we have to get that out of the way. But anyway, okay, bring us back to how did you come in here to Broad Street?
We were living, my dad was, my Jackie Welsh and Peggy were mum and dad. Peggy Foley from the Glen and Jackie Welsh from Kilmallock. And my father was a signalman in the railway.
Yeah.
And was told Kilmallock was shutting and come back to Charleville, which he did, and which we were all delighted, and thank God. And we lived at the railway for 3 years. But like that,
so you lived actually over in the railway,
the houses in number 111, and Ma'am was lonesome for the town, of course, being from the Glen, and I worked at Hurley's. I was just after starting at Hurley's, and the 20 houses that you're looking at from 1 to 20 are Hurley's houses.
Right.
Hurley's houses, and we got number 16.
Right.
And Pedro and May. Pedro was the barber. And May Troy.
Yeah.
And Smiths were 19.
Right.
Michael and Harry and Thomas.
Yeah.
And next to Smiths was Noni Power.
Yeah.
And Willie Power, that worked at Hurley's as well, and the Smiths.
Yeah.
And then Mick and Lil Kennedy, that worked at Hurley's as well.
Yeah.
And then you came on.
Of course, Lil was in the cinema. A lot of people remember Lil from the cinema.
That's right. That's
With the flashlight.
That's right.
She'd kill you.
That's right. We all were in the cinema. And then the relation belonged to Teddy Hurley.
Yeah.
He was an old man. And I'll tell you a story. Emmett Connolly was so small, 2 or 3 years old, and anybody that died, Emmett thought they were shot over by the cinema.
Oh,
and Eamon,
watching the cowboy pictures.
Eamon went in, took Emmett in, and the man was laid out, and Emmett turned around and said to the father, to Eamon, who shot at him, Dada?
Who shot him, Dada?
And then me and Eamon, and then Eileen and Jimmy, Angeline's mum and dad, and Mixie. The famous Mixie.
Mixie was Wakefield one right there.
Mixie.
Yeah.
That was Mixie's one.
Yeah, come round again.
And then you're Jimmy and Harry.
Right.
Jimmy and Harry got the one.
Yeah.
Got the one just before, just in the 70s, at the start of into the 60s and the 70s, and had the family there, Jimmy and Harry, Jimmy Moffat and Harry Deneen.
And of course you had the Hartnetts and a few more up along
the number one, the
Hartnetts,
and the Sherdons.
The Sherdons,
Jimmy Sheridan and Jimmy and all the Sherdons were there. It was, as I say, it was never a lonely place. There was always, and Owenwood Lanes.
Yeah, lanes.
With lanes.
Right, But when you say they were all Hurley's houses, so I mean, like, did they build them all, like? Or what was the story? Or come around again. You keep going back away from me.
Don't. It was actually some of the houses, they said, housed horses and before they were made into houses.
Right,
we never know. Hurley's just happened, they owned the 20 houses.
You owned the whole 20?
They owned the 20.
And you paid a bit of rent into them?
Oh, sure, God help us, 50 pence a week.
50 pence a week?
50 pence, 5 shillings a week.
Yeah. Cheers.
5 shillings and 10 shillings, that was the way they were in the 60s. Yeah. But, the neighbours in Broad Street.
Right, yeah.
There was no neighbours like the neighbours in Broad Street.
Yeah. But I mean, look at the space you had, and look at the width of being Broad Street by its name. Look at the space that everybody had down here.
That's right.
And was there lots of people say when you were here now, when you were was there lots your own age and stuff?
It was always.
It was full.
It was full. It was packed, and you had Biddy Callahan. Lived in the one there that John and Dolly are in now.
Yeah.
Biddy and
John and Dolly Deneen.
That's right, Biddy, and lived in that house. They've all changed hands, but lovely people were there and lovely people came in.
Right, yeah.
Lovely neighbours came into the street. Everybody was lovely, and everybody wanted a part of. Nobody wanted to leave Broad Street.
No, once you were here. But sure, again, look where you were, right in the town. Walk up and do the shopping and everything.
There was no place like it. Like it. If it was, you didn't have to have a car and you hadn't to have a coat.
No.
You were just. That was the way to say it. To say
it was
a case. We were in and out of the house. It was perfect.
And tell me, now I know that one of these houses, they actually had a laneway that ran through over towards, over to Chapel Street, or over towards down by Martell's Lane. There's one of them. Do you remember? No.
No.
There was one of these had an alleyway under a window. Do you know? And I think it's the house that has 3 windows at it. Or it could be that one. Look. It could be that one there. Do you see that one, number 9?
Oh,
I think number 9 might have, because that's the only one with 3 windows.
That's right.
You see?
That's right.
So I think under number 9 there was an alleyway there that ran over to
Never heard
Martell's
it.
Lane.
Never heard it.
There was, I think originally there was
Never
over there.
heard
Yeah.
it. Never heard it.
But so when you were here until you got married, were you?
Yeah. I came into the street as Eileen Welsh, and I left it as Eileen Hanley.
Yeah.
In 1965, we got a house here in Broad Street.
Yeah.
And we, as I say, they were the happiest years.
Right,
that we were together and
it
everything. It was super. It was super.
Yeah. Eileen, I think we've wrapped it up. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having, and as I said, welcome to Broad Street for the interviews, and it's fantastic to see you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Paudie.
Well done.